Good morning, everyone. This is Zubaira Samin from the Government Polytechnic College, Warangal, and let us discuss the subject industrial management and entrepreneurship. So, in this, the major topic is organization structure and its behavior, organizational behavior. So, when you work in an industry, you will work with the structure. When you work in an industry, you work with a structure, a proper method, or a proper planning. So that is nothing but the structure, and these structure people should have the proper behavior towards one another in an industry. Then only the industry will run with a huge success. The marketing will be done, the production will be done uh, at the proper time. So now let us discuss the subtopics as motivation and its theories. So what is a motivation? So motivation is nothing but it is a Latin word. Okay, so it is a Latin word which means move or motive, which means move or motive, and it also means the ideas, and it also means the need, emotion that prompts a man to do a action, and it is an internal factor. It is an internal factor that integrates man behavior. So it is an internal factor which behaves. Okay, next it may be defined as the complex of forces inspiring. So it is defined as the complex of forces inspiring the person to work in an organization with his desire and with his willingness and with his potentialities for the achievement of the industrial objectives. Next, motivation. Let us see. This is the motivation. So success is not a journey and not a destination. Okay, success is not a journey. You have to uh, continuously you have to work and work. So if you fail also, that is not the end of your story. So what is the importance of motivation? So each and every person who works in an enterprise should be motivated by his subordinates, by his superiors, and all. And motivation is nothing but better utilization of the resources and better utilization of manpower, and which creates good relations with the management, and it increases the production and productivity, it improves the skill and the knowledge. What is the motivation? So motivation is nothing but the goal directed. So see here, what is an internal and external? Internal is nothing but your needs. External is nothing but your goal satisfaction. Internal needs is nothing but the influences. So influences and then responses. Then how the response you will get? By the behavior, and by the behavior you will get the goal satisfaction. So this is the internal one. And what is the external one? Incentives. So when you have the motives, you get the incentives, and after the incentives you will get the response. So when the response is good and the behavior is good, you will get the performance. Positive motivation. So motivation will be in two types. One is the positive one, and the other is the negative one. Okay, what is a positive motivation? So it decreases the stress. So whatever the tension you will have, that will be decreases, and it helps to cope the better in stressful situations, and it improves your self confidence, and it brings the inner peace, happiness, and a sense of well being, and motivates. Now, what is a negative motivation? If the worker are under the fear of threats, like you have to do certain work, so you have to do it, otherwise you will be killed, or you cannot roam with very huge freedom, or you cannot work freedomly, and you are having a lot of restrictions, then this all leads to the negative motivation. So if the workers are under the fear of threats, punishments, and fear of loss of the job or salary, like in the present situation, there is a fear of loss of job, and there is no salaries to certain workers, so they cannot work satisfactorily. So they cannot work satisfactorily and productivity. So they cannot work satisfactorily and productively will be very minimum, and this is called as a negative motivation. Okay, this is called as a negative motivation. Next, what are the theories of motivation? They are grouped as traditional theories, modern theories. What are the traditional theories? So according to these theories, authority and control are centralized. Authorities and control are centralized, and the line of authority or the chain of command goes directly from top to the bottom. Next, people at work has no other option. What are the traditional theories? So power is supreme is the main theme of the theory. So power is supreme is the main theory. So whatever, if you have a high power, you can order. So the workers has no authority to suggest anything. So the worker has no authority to suggest anything, and anything except to carry out the orders of the authority. So whatever the orders will be there, that will be taken, and workers do the work with fear. Next, hence this theory has now become outdated. Next, types of traditional theories: be strong or fear and punishment theory, efforts and reward theory, monistic theory or effort reward efforts theory, be good or paternalistic theory based on the satisfaction. Next, modern theories of motivation. So according to this type of people at work are not responsible idly. They are cautious about organization needs. This theory is more realistic than traditional theory. The workers are fully aware of the organization objectives, which are directly related to the satisfaction of the employees' needs. So what are the types of modern theories? So you are having the content theories. The first one is Maslow need priority theory. Next, Hesberg's two-factor theory, Aldous ERG theory. Next, process theory, Vroom expectancy theory, Potter and Lawyer's expectancy theory, participation theory, McGregor XY theory. So this is the motivation. Motivation is nothing but a person is motivating the workers to do it efficiently. So each and every time the workers or the superiors should motivate, should treat them well, motivate the workers and treat them well with honor and respect, then this is a positive motivation. Douglas theory. So Douglas has two theories. There is an theory X and theory Y. So theory X assumes that most people dislike the work and will try to avoid it. So workers are seen as inclined to restrict work or output, having little ambition and avoiding responsibility if at all possible. Y assumes that management believe that employees with exercise self-direction and self-control in the service of objectives to which they are committed. Okay, self-centering person. So this is a X theory and this is a Y theory. So in X theory, people will dislike to work, whereas in Y theory, it is an work is a natural as play or rest. Next, people lack the responsibility, have little ambition, whereas in Y theory, people are not lazy, have ambition to do work. Next, X theory, most people must be controlled and punished to get them work. So whenever you need to do certain work, it will be very difficult for us to make our child work. So whereas in Y theory, people will exercise their duties with creativity. So if you have any new other ideas also, you will create it and then you will provide the proper conditions is provided. And next, with above assumptions, managerial role is to control employees. Okay, next. Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Hierarchy is nothing but in order. So Maslow has identified 5 different types of needs. So that are stated to be arranged in a proper manner from the lower level to the higher level, depending upon their importance. Next, see here. The first stage is the psychological and the biological needs. The second stage is safety and security needs. The third stage is social and belonging needs. The fourth is nothing but ego and esteem needs. Ego and esteem needs. The fifth is self-fulfillment needs. The fifth one is self-fulfillment needs. Next, so this is a motivation, Maslow's hierarchy theory, and Herzberg's motivation hygiene theory. So Maslow's need hierarchy theory. First is psychological and survival needs. So what you need in order to survive? You need a food, you need water, you need shelter, you need clothing, you need rest, temperature, etc. So psychological and survival needs are, it is a very low level of hierarchy theory of needs and which must be satisfied, which should be satisfied to maintain the life and are concerned to the human body, such as food, water, shelter, clothing, etc. Next, safety or security needs. So the needs for protection against danger, threat, stability, etc. are called as safety needs. So if you want to live, you cannot live on the roads or you cannot live beneath of the trees. So you need a proper place in order to live. So you construct a house. So that house is nothing but a safety or security needs. So once psychological need are satisfied and employee want to work in a safe place, and he doesn't like to work in a mass area, so want to work in a safe place, protect his health. So he needs security in his job and against dismissal by his employer. Next is the social needs. So man being a social animal, he want to improve in groups. So once the lower level needs of survival and safety are fulfilled, social needs emerge as motivators. So next, during rest periods, the management for this reason only provides entertainment, frequent picnics, excursions, etc., which are helpful in motivating the employees. Ego or esteem needs. So these are the needs for independence, and these are the needs to achieve something, to competence, to knowledge, status, recognition, self respect, etc. Next, company cards, big offers, personal secretaries, service awards, and prizes motivate the person to work better. Next, self fulfillment needs. So these are the needs for self actualization, self realization, personal development, mental and material growth. This explains why a sports person want to improve his record. Is especially important for top level employees, including the managers, and the lack of challenges and job satisfaction are common reasons why top managers leave their jobs. So now let us discuss the production and the control. What is a production? Production is nothing but when you transform the raw material or the finished goods is known as a production. And control is nothing but it ensures the production process is carried out as per the plan. So whatever the plan will be there, that will be carried out, is known as planning and control. So what is a planning? To run the industry smoothly, or to run the list of operations smoothly, the production activity. What is the integration of? Integration is nothing but adding of PPC. So it is a conversion of raw material into the finished goods, is called a production. And to produce the goods, planning is to be done, and planning helps in orderly taking up of the jobs. Next, planning helps in reducing the wastage of resources of production, such as men, material, machines, and etc., and money. And what is an integration of PPC? Planning is required to utilize the resources efficiently and effectively. And it helps in setting the targets. Delivery dates can be fixed by planning, and it ensures the controlling and the complete the task as per the plan, and it closely monitors the progress of the jobs. And what is the integration of PPC? So it identifies the delay jobs and initiate it and correct it and complete the job under the scheduled time. And if the delayed job cannot be put to actual path, then the replanning is done. So whenever the planning is failed and whenever the work is delayed, so you have to again replan it, so that to work in the order, in the proper order. The planning and controlling functions ensure that the production process is continuously carried by efficient utilization of resources of production. So what is an integration of PPC? Planning and controlling ensures that production process is continuously carried by utilization of resources of production. And PPC also means plan your work, work your plan. Relation of production department with other departments. Let us see. So, production department manufactured the goods, and relation with other departments are marketing, planning, stores, purchasing, quality control, maintenance, HRM department, finance, costing, research and development. So, what does the production department do? So, production should produce the goods as per the forecasting of marketing department with respective to type, quality and quantity of the goods. Next, planning department. It prepares the plan to utilize the resources of production. Next, stores department. Assist in efficient storage of inventories without spoiling quality and quantity. Purchasing department arranges for efficient and timely purchasing of materials. Quality control. It assists in checking and inspection of materials at various stages of manufacture. Maintenance department arranges for the timely repairing and well maintenance of the machinery and equipment. Human resource management department. It selects the right quality and quantity of personnel for production department. Finance department. It assists in allocating of funds to carry on and completion of production. Costing department. It helps in the analysis and costing of the goods produced. R&D department. It discovers improved methods of manufacturing and substitute materials, etc. Production department and marketing. Marketing creates demand to the product, whereas marketing depends on production to meet customer needs. Relation of the production department with other departments. With research and development department, production engineers make use of innovations of research and development department for the development of efficient methods and process of a product, new product, importance of existing product. With finance department, finance required by production department to meet the expenditure for various inputs, modernization of plants and equipment, etc., are scrutinized by finance department. And finance department depends on production department to perform financial planning and control. Production department depends on personnel department in recruitment, and personnel department depends upon production department for required information. What is the need for planning? Planning is the most important function in PPC, production planning and control. So, which determine where, when, and how the products are manufactured, and it utilizes the men, machines, materials effectively and efficiently. What are the advantages? So, effective utilization of machines and equipments, and it reduces the wastage of materials and man hours, and delivery the dates can be given to their customers, and production targets can be achieved, customer goodwill can be achieved. What are the stages in PPC? First is the planning, second is the action, third is the control. What is an action? Three stages can be further classified as planning phase, prior planning, active planning. Prior is nothing but pre-planning, before planning. Next is active planning, after planning. So period planning is forecasting, order writing and product design. Whereas active planning gives you process planning, routing, tool control, loading, scheduling. Next is action stage. In action stage, direct we will dispatch the order. Third is the control stage. In the control stage, you will see the progress reporting and any defects we will correct it. Corrective action. So progress reporting gives you data processing and corrective action gives you expediting and replanning. So first is plan. What are the planning functions? Period planning and forecast. Assessments of a future job with reference to the type, quality and quantity. Underwriting. Writing the name of an employee to take up a job. What is a product design? So gathering the data regarding a product, designing the product and preparation of drawing to manufacture goods. What is the active planning? Process planning. Process planning, selection of the most economic way. Routing. Deciding the flow parts of raw material and deciding the sequence of operations. Active planning. Tool control. Ensuring the timely availability of right tool at right place. What is the loading? Allocation of job to men and machinery. Scheduling. Mention the starting and finishing time of the job. What is dispatching? The worker is instructed to start the job, releasing the written orders or instructions. What is an action stage? So progress reporting is nothing but the action stage. So information progress of the work is collected and compared with the target, whether it is reached or not. And the data connected during the progress of the work is processed and analyzed, performing the remedial action in case of exigency. Control stage. Control stage we have corrective action. So expenditure initiates the corrective action if the actual progress of the job is falling short to the target. Replanning. Replanning of entire work is done if the expediting failed to bring the delayed job on its right path. So now let us discuss about the routing. Routing is nothing but if we select the path. Selecting the path is called as routing. And the raw material should follow while transforming it into a finished product. And it decides the sequence of the operations. It is not difficult in continuous production. What is a routing? Is it difficult in job order production? It is difficult in job order production and is similar to railway map wherein the sequence of stations should through which the train passes. Routing procedure, steps involved. So first the product which is going to be manufactured is analyzed from the manufacturing point of view. Next, that is how many components can be made in the plant and how many other components will be purchased from outside. Next, a part list and bill of the material is prepared, showing the name of the part, quality of material, specification, etc. Then required materials are procured. Next, depending upon the machine capacities and the operations to be performed at each stage of manufacture are established. They are listed in proper sequence on operation card and route sheet. So it determines the batch quantity of the number of components to be manufactured in one lot or batch. Lot size are generally depend upon the production targets for the particular financial year. Next, rejection of components for each batch is recorded, and necessary steps will be taken for minimize the rejection. And the cost of components is estimated by considering the information from above steps from 1 to 5. Next, the cost consists of material and labor charges and other specific and general indirect expense. Root sheet. It indicates the material used, sequence of operations involved in the progress of material. What is a root sheet? A typical root sheet is shown in figure. See here, this is a root sheet. You will have detailed about work order number, batch quantity, component description like in detail, and date of issue. Drag number. Next, stores issue number, then material specification. Then coming to the tabular form. First is operation number, open description, shop, machine, jigs and fixtures if any, setup and operation time, time for the lot and remarks. Next is operation card. Next is the operation card. Operation card gives you the following details like work order number, batch quantity, component description, date of the issue, and drag number, issue number, and operation number, description, machine shop number, setup time, operation time. Next is the schedule. It fixes the time for starting and stopping the operation. It decides when and in what sequence the work will be taken up. Is similar to railway timetable, and it programs the entire plant activities. Scheduling. Overall scheduling of plant is done by master scheduling technique. In detail scheduling of each machine is done by the following techniques. First is perpetual schedule, second is order schedule, third is loading by scheduled period, fourth is commercial devices. What is a perpetual schedule? It shows information about workload or distribution of each section for a particular work order. Is done based on number of orders in hand. Order scheduling. It shows the workload of facility of workstation as per the time. The data regarding the number of parts to be manufactured, name of the machines, their setup time, total production time, and date of completion of the order is essential. Next, what is dispatching? Dispatching is nothing but which gives instruction to the worker to start the job. As per the planning and scheduling, the work should get started. It ensures the commencement of work as per plan established. What is it dispatching? Executes the planning function. Dispatcher should be familiar with the production capacities of each machine, and dispatching is of two types such as centralized dispatching and decentralized dispatching. Recall or refer the previous PPTs. The various functions of management we have seen, like forecasting, planning, the various functions we have seen, and forecasting, planning, organizing, staffing, coordinating, directing, and decision making, controlling. And we have detailedly discussed about forecasting. What is a forecasting is done before the planning, and this is a forecasting. So we will pre-plan before itself in order to execute it. Next is planning. Planning is very important, otherwise we can't execute it. It is the process by which the manager expects the future work of problem, and he finds the alternate courses of action. Next, planning helps in efficient utilization of resources. So see here how we have to do the planning. How do we get there? Where we have made the strategic planning, and how business plan is done. Where will be in the future. So this all we have to plan. Next is organize. So it is the process of determining the structure, enterprise, and allocation of the job. It means organizing men, machines, materials, time, etc. And their responsibilities are also fixed. Next, what is a staffing? Staffing is nothing but a continuous process. So see here, you will create a pipeline first, then recruit a member, then streamline the process, then make the job competitive. Next, keep the employees you have. So next is coordinating. We have seen that coordinating is nothing but harmony among the individual, which gives you the effort to achieve common objectives. And ineffective coordination ruins the enterprise, as you all know. Why? Because conflicts arises and your company may get in loss. Next, good communication leads to efficient coordination. Next, informal relationship can be used for setting better coordination. Next is the directing. It is the process of guiding the actual performance of an employee towards common goal, and it includes leadership, motivation, supervision, communication. So this is a leadership. It is the ability of the manager to enjoy the trust, motivation. It means influencing the subordinates to do work or to accomplish the company objective effectively. What is a supervision? It is a process of ensuring whether the subordinate is doing a right job or not, the job in a right way or not. Communication. It is a process of transmitting ideas from one person to another to carry on the job without confusion. Next, effective communication leads to better understanding. To see a decision making. What is a decision making? It is a process by which a manager carefully chooses a course of action to be allowed. Next, controlling. Controlling is nothing but it is the process of closely following the planned activities to ensure that the end objectives are met. We have to set the targets, we have to measure the job performances. So we have seen all this. Discussed what is a motivation. So as it is a Latin word, we have many ideas, need, emotion that prompts a man into an action. And motivation. Motivation, this is a positive motivation, as success is a journey and not a destination. So what is the importance of motivation? It utilizes the resources and a better utilization of manpower, which creates good relation with the management, increases production and productivity, which improves skills and knowledge, provide better image. You see here, this is the motivation. Positive motivation is this. Benefits of positive motivation: it improves self-esteem and confidence, which motivates your goals. So what is a negative motivation? If the worker are under the fear of threats, punishment, fear of loss of job, they can't work satisfactorily. and productivity will be minimum, and this is called as negative motivation. What are the theory of motivation? There are grouped as traditional theories, modern theories. Traditional is according to this theory, authority and control are centralized. uh, in traditional theories, power is supreme is the main theme of the theory. The workers have no authority to suggest or object. Workers do their work with fear, and hence this theory. Okay, types of traditional theories: be strong or fear and punishment theory, efforts theory, monistic theory, paternalistic theory. Modern theories of motivation. According to this theory, people at work are not irresponsible idle. This theory is more realistic than a traditional theory. What are the types of modern theories? Maslow's need priority theory, Herzberg's theory, urge theory, next process theory, Bloom theory, Lawrence or Porter expectancy theory, McGrath XY theory. You see here, this is the motivation. Douglas McGrath theory of motivation. So it assumes that most people dislike the work, and they try to avoid if they can. And Y theory assumes that employees will exercise self-direction and self-control with the services or objective to which they are committed. We have also discussed the differences between the X and Y theory. So these we have discussed: what is the psychology and biology needs, what is the safety, what is the social and belonging needs, what is ego and esteem needs, self-fulfillment needs. So these all we have seen. We have seen each and every need in detail. We have seen social needs, which social is a animal. Man is a social animal. He want to move in groups, so he want to survive there. So he motivate the employees. So ego or esteem needs, we needs who needs competence, achievement, recognition, self-respect, etc. What are the self-fulfillment needs we have seen? We have even discussed what is a planning, production and control, and what is the planning, how is taking decisions with respect to what to do, where to do, how to do, when to do, by whom to be done. Integration is not integration of PPCs. Conversion of raw material into finished good is production. And planning helps in orderly taking up of the jobs, and it produces the goods. Planning is to be laid down. Planning is required to utilize resources efficiently and effectively. It helps in setting targets, and controlling ensures the completion of tasks as per the plan laid out, and it closely follows up, and it identifies the delay jobs and initiatives, corrective action. Planning and control function ensures that the production process is continuously carried. PPC means plan your work and work your plan. So we have seen the relation with other departments like marketing, planning, stores, quality control, maintenance, finance, costing, research. And what is a production department? Planning department does. What does the store department does? What is the purchase department do? What is the quality control department do? Maintenance department, human resource management department, finance department, and the costing department. So we have even seen the relation of the production department with other departments. With research and development department, with finance department, with personal department.